By now you may have heard the news from the CSU statewide system and from CSUN that the campus next fall will be operating primarily remotely. And you may ask, what does that mean for the Soraya? And frankly, you may have noticed that we have not announced next season yet. But before I get into the details, let me offer this thought. We're saying a lot these days that these are unprecedented times. And to a certain degree, that's definitely true. We're living in a time of unknown. But I'm not sure it's entirely unprecedented, and let me tell you why. One of our artists, Roseanne Cash, recently tweeted about Shakespeare, of all things, and she said Shakespeare wrote his greatest work, King Lear, during the epidemic of 1606 when the theaters were closed. In fact, the theaters were closed repeatedly throughout Shakespeare's career. Let me give you another example more recently. For me, I started my career at the Opera in Chicago, a beautiful Art Deco building built in 1929. And when it was meant to open, it didn't because of the Great Depression, and it went dark for a while. Or more recently, I was working at Lincoln Center in New York during September of 2001, and again, the theaters went dark. And the thing that was common to all of those chapters is that eventually the theaters reopened again, and we filled those seats because people need music, theater, and dance, and we will all be back. But we don't know when we're going to be back because, in fact, we have suspended next season until further notice. In particular, we are not moving forward with the fall portion of our season, but we are ready to come back with 60 days notice when circumstances change. So maybe we'll be back for the winter or spring, we hope, and we hope you'll be back. So in the meanwhile, what can you do? Well, first of all, stay healthy because we want you back in those seats. Secondly, please support artists in any way you can. Maybe buy their music online and share with your friends your favorite artists so they can buy their music online. Third, please stay engaged with us. We're looking into ways to stay relevant and vital in the coming weeks and months, and we want you there alongside us. And finally, you can share music with kids in your life, because together we all need to share that joy and build the audiences of the future. I'm thinking about the person who first shared music with me, and that was my grandmother, Bertie. She was a piano teacher, and eventually, when I knew her, she played a big electric organ in her living room that had a mean drum machine, and she would sing and play along to a bossa nova. I've been reading Bertie's letters in the last few weeks while we've been at home, her letters between 1927 and 1930, and she talks about having had the flu of 1918, having almost lost her life from that flu epidemic. And when it was all over, she went to music school and became a music teacher. So all these are examples about how we will persevere, how music will persevere, and we will be together again. We just don't know when. When I think about our last performance in this theater, it was Joshua Bell, and those seats were packed all the way to the top, and the concert was interrupted multiple times by ovations. That was a really exciting night, and I look forward to when you are all back with us again in those seats. In the meanwhile, stay healthy, and thank you.